screen in a way that I can't even fully make out. And that's it. Your Next was released in 2011 and received mostly positive critical acclaim. No sequel to this one, so next week we're on to The Mist, which a lot of you have requested, so get ready for that. Until then, I'm James A. Janisse. It's been the Kill Count. Hey everybody, thanks a lot for watching my Kill Count on Your Next. I want to thank some of my patrons like Nikki Schoen, Mario Godoy, and Paul Bartel. Guys, like what I got going on over here? We got a little blender, a little meat tenderizer, gonna tenderize your skull. Next week is The Mist, and if you haven't seen that, I really think you should watch it before watching the Kill Count. In any case though, thank you so much for watching. This has been a very exciting 6 months.
I'm bored. Literally have 0 people online. I want to play Playground.
나 다음 주에 수출된다.
I wish I had subscribers so I could play with subscribers.
저도 어쩔 수 없이 수출되는구나.
Or I had people that.
그리고 시간이 흘렀다.
It's fine. It's fine.
다른 친구들에게선 잘 살고 있다는 연락이 왔다. 오직 그 반도체만 빼고.
프라하게 보내주면 안 돼?
넌 어떻게 지내고 있니?
What is this?
Hello, how's it going? Yeah, we're gonna be playing Friday the 13th the game. We haven't live streamed a video game before, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the band is enough.
We're dressed like him constantly.
Yeah, that's why we're.
That's why you look like that. You have like a.
I think I'm Chet. Movie footage used in the Kill Count is owned entirely by the copyright holder. Dead Meat makes no claim of ownership and simply uses the footage for purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support filmmakers and the art of filmmaking by watching Happy Death Day in its entirety on home media or streaming services where available. Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janisse, and today we're looking at Happy Death Day, released in 2017 by Blumhouse Productions. I'm doing this because today is, in fact, my birthday, and what better way to celebrate than by making more work for myself with an extra kill count? Wait a minute. Happy Death Day is a movie that blends a lot of genres. If you come into it expecting a straight slasher, you're bound to be disappointed. Instead, it might help to think of it as a romantic comedy with horror elements. And, of course, a premise borrowed from the Bill Murray classic Groundhog Day. As you probably already know, Happy Death Day is about a girl who is murdered on the night of her birthday, only to wake up back at the start of the same day. She finds herself in a seemingly endless loop as she tries to figure out who keeps killing her behind that babyface mask. And you know what? She might just learn a little bit about herself in the process. People have questioned how I would cover the kills in this movie, but it's pretty simple. I'm gonna count any kills that I see. Yeah, things get reset at the start of every morning, but I don't know. Consider them like tangent timelines. Whatever makes you comfortable. So let's see how many happen in all the various time loops and get to that. Begin with the bell tower raid. Our protagonist Tree, short for Teresa, wakes up in a dorm room with a real bad case of the blackout blues. And as her awesome ringtone reveals, it's her birthday. The dorm room belongs to this friendly dude Carter, who averts his eyes while she gets dressed and who has a Mystery Science Theater poster on his desk. So you already know this guy's a keeper. But Tree doesn't even remember his name. She was super wasted last night and just wants to get back to her sorority house without running into any douchebags.
I think I'm fine, but John or
Too late. Her stride of pride is marked by a bunch of details that keep coming back during the movie. You've got poorly dressed leering man, global warming petitioner gal, kids making out who become sprinkler victim, a car alarm going off, and some frat hazing that causes one bro to collapse to the ground. She runs into Tim, a dude who's obsessed she hasn't returned any of his texts, but, dude?
We take their birthdays away. Not like you have fun long.
She gets back to her sorority, Kappa Pi Alpha, where Tree's put upon roommate Lori, a nursing student, gives Tree a homemade birthday cupcake. But if you couldn't gather by now, Tree's not the nicest person.
What you wish for? A new roommate.
And she tosses the Tree to the trash. Damn, Tree, why you acting like a shrub? At a lunch meeting, girl Kappa president, Danielle, berates a Kappa sister over her chocolate milk because it's too many Kappa calories. When the sister leaves the table upset, she bumps into Carter and spills the milk all over Tree's head. That's not how you water a tree, silly. Carter's there to return Tree's bracelet to her, but she doesn't get too savvy over it. Instead, she just gives him a not-so-happy death stare until he shirks away in shame. Tree heads to the campus hospital, where she ignores a birthday call from her dad and passes a security guard on her way to the office of her professor, Gregory Butler, who shows up to talk to her about her recent test. Oh, wait, no, they're having an affair. A poorly timed affair, too, since Gregory's wife, Stephanie, is knocking at the door, and the look on her face says she's probably figured out what was going on inside that locked office. Tree also runs into Lori, who who knows what Tree's doing there and warns her that it might be dangerous.
I think something like this is bound to have some pretty serious consequences.
That night, while Danielle tells Tree not to be late to a frat party they're going to, they experience a rolling blackout. That doesn't stop Tree from getting dressed in her finest and walking through the dark campus alone while she listens to a voicemail from her dad, upset that she missed a birthday lunch with him. She comes across a tunnel full of traffic lights and a birthday music box in the middle. But when she goes to inspect it further, a baby-faced person in a black hoodie appears at the end of the tunnel. They run off, only to shortly drop down in a jump scare and chase Tree with a knife. We get our first happy death of the movie when the killer appears behind Tree, standing over her and bringing a knife down into her head. We never see the impact or the actual death, and that can be kind of weird with the whole reset thing. Tree wakes up to the bell tower ringing, and she's in the same place as before, with Carter doing his good guy thing and her phone playing that awesome ringtone again. She's a little confused and pushes past the fine vagina row as she sets out to repeat her day. Creeper guy? Check. Global warming gale? Check. Sprinklers? Car alarm? Collapse due to hazing? Check, check, check. At least that means another chance to eat Lori's delicious birthday cupcake, but Tree's too freaked out to indulge, so she leaves without even blowing out the candle. One day she'll appreciate your culinary skills, Lori. While zoning out at the lunchtime Kappa congregation, Tree notices a stand selling the Bayfield Baby Mask, which, by the way, is an awful mascot for a college. She wants to watch a bunch of drunk babies stumbling around campus. Actually, now that I say it, it sounds kind of fun. She heads to Dr. Adulterer to ask him about her current condition. He attacks her neck before she can ask anything at all, and the consultation ends with another close call from Stephanie showing up to the office. That night in her room, Tree watches a Compton video on her phone of her and her mom enjoying a birthday cake together. Danielle comes in to be a pain, and the rolling blackout occurs again. And then Tree is back outside on her way to the party. But this time, when she runs into the Halloween Horror Nights scare tunnel, she wisely turns around and takes a different path to the frat house where there's supposed to be a party going on. Maybe it's one of those silent discos in the dark. Or maybe there's a baby face in the doorway. Bam! Bitch went down. Too bad. The punch is played off as a victory, and the party gets going. Oh shit, they playing Hold'em? This is my kind of party. Tree is chatting with her frenemy when Nick, the dude who got punched in the babyface mask, shows up. Danielle is super into it, even though it's obvious he'd rather be a tree climber.
You know exactly what you're doing, Tree. What am I doing, Danielle?
Tree winds up in Nick's bedroom that's home to a bunch of rooster posters and a big blue bong, Snoochie Boochie. While she looks in the mirror, a friggin'
Oh no, that was max build height, wasn't it? Oh no.
Not because it's the killer, but
I
because
think-
Nick is a real shitty pickup line for her.
Welcome to the Pleasure Dome.
The Pleasure Dome is apparently a gaudy place with subpar techno music where Nick feels free to dance like he's rolling at a music festival, which is to say poorly. The loud music makes it so he doesn't hear a baby face coming out of the closet behind him. And as Tree texts with Danielle, Nick gets stabbed a whole bunch of times in the background. He dies, and after a bit of confusion over the baby face thing, Tree sees his body on the ground. Looks like his crash came earlier than expected. Tree's second death isn't far behind, since after a short fight, the killer breaks the blue bong against the headboard and raises it high above their head to stab her with. Again, we don't see the point of impact, so if you're here looking for a bunch of gruesome kills, you picked the wrong movie. Tree wakes up in Carter's bed again, and now that it's the third time she's done it, she is understandably wigging out, as relayed to us through the shaky camera that captures her by now well-known morning trip through the quad. Despite how crazy she knows it will sound, Tree confides in Lori about what's going on and tries to
Didn't I ask another
by
gun?
saying she knows about the cupcake
Like a blue
and the
pump,
surprise
yeah.
party. She even tries to tell Lori about her ultimate concern.
He's gonna kill me tonight.
But Lori thinks Tree just isn't feeling well and recommends that she stay inside that night. So Tree does, boarding up her windows and blocking her door, all in an effort to stay safe. But on her desk, she finds a black envelope with a birthday card. The spinning baby face inside is accompanied by a threatening message. The TV turns off unexpectedly, and Tree gets concerned, so she grabs a hammer to defend herself with. Good thing she does, because here comes Babyface, slashing at her with a knife. The hammer knocks them down temporarily, but Tree's door blockade bites her in the ass when Babyface charges her and stabs her through the door with a knife, giving us the third Tree kill of the movie. Damn, we need some Lorax up in this bitch. She wakes up again, but she seems to be more messed up, and not just mentally. Why does her stomach hurt like that? And why is her vision got the weird distortion and blurriness to it while she runs around witnessing the usual series of unfortunate events? When Carter runs after her to return her clothes, she breaks down and asks him for help. She explains everything to him off screen, and although he's skeptical, he's willing to entertain the idea and suggests that maybe this is all happening today because it's her birthday. We also find out that Carter meets the minimum standard of decency.
For the record, I didn't take advantage of this, okay? I slept on Ryan's bed.
That's right, they never slept together because she was too wasted. Take note, dudes. Carter's a righteous horror character to emulate. He helps kick off the fun and game segment of the movie when he says that since Tree has unlimited lives, she has unlimited opportunities to figure out who the murderer is. Cue a music-filled montage. Tree makes a list of possible suspects and starts checking names off. Nick's a no, since she saw him get killed already. Next is Tim, who's angry at her for ignoring his text, but when she spies on him the night of her murder, all she discovers is that the dude is into gay porn. A fact that makes a whole lot of sense to her in a very funny moment of the film. It's followed immediately by her getting killed for the 4th time by Babyface with a gut stab. Damn it, Tree, you could have ripped that mask off right now. But we're still in montage mode here, so no time for conclusion. On her next pass, she cuts her hair and goes all Kappa Commando to spy on Stephanie, Dr. Gregory's wife. But it doesn't look like she's the murderer either, since the real killer shows up and tackles Tree into a fountain, overwatering her and drowning her in it to give us the 5th Tree kill of the movie. Next is Danielle, and during the investigation, Tree discovers that the envelope with the threatening birthday card came from her. She tackles Danielle into the street, but their scuffle is interrupted by an oncoming bus that hits and kills both of them, giving us another pair of kills to add on the count. I'm not sure why that little incident disqualifies Danielle from the suspect list, but we've got to end this montage, and the last kill comes from a...
Did I not see Llama? I'm pretty sure I saw Llama.
Transition from the end of the day back to the beginning, knocking Tree right back into her last save point in Carter's bed. She wakes up once more with a splitting headache and a lot of other pain going on too, so much so that when Fine Vagina walks in, she straight up collapses on top of it. She wakes up that night to Carter visiting her in the campus hospital, and after the rolling blackout happens right on schedule, Dr. Gregory is in the room, telling Carter to go on and kick. His visiting hours are over. Gregory says her x-rays show signs of insane trauma that by all accounts means she should be dead as fuck. So although she keeps resetting to the same morning after each death, the continual kills have taken a toll on her body. She sneaks her way out of her hospital room, but when Gregory finds her, he becomes another non-Tree victim after Babyface shows up behind him and stabs him with a knife. Sucks you got backstabbed, dude, but now you know how your wife feels, right? Babyface chases Tree down the hospital hallway and into the parking garage, but she's able to just barely escape them and drive away in her car, leaving them staring after her in the garage. She drives down the road in jubilation, but it's a short-lived celebration since she gets pulled over for speeding. She gets the idea that a jail cell will keep her safe from Babyface, so she fesses up to a false charge of driving under the influence.
I'm drunk,
You are.
wasted, and I'm high. You know, pills, weed, you name it, man, I'm on it.
The very confused police officer kindly complies and arrests her, but after he puts her in the back of his cruiser, Tree's plan hits a snag because he gets hit by a speeding car. It's a pretty great kill that comes out of nowhere, as long as you didn't watch too many trailers, which I did. So thanks, marketing, you totally spoiled the scene for me. The reckless driver is, of course, Babyface, and for this happy death, we get a less stabby, more splody kill after they drop a birthday candle out the window of their car. The fire follows the trail of gas leading back to the damaged police car, and trapped inside, Tree gets blown up to die for the 8th time. Damn, I think she's past Rasputin at this point. She wakes up, downs all of Carter's Tylenol, then tells him about her time loop.
No.
Proving it to him quickly by calling out
Yes.
the car alarm and the sleepy frat boy. They go to a diner where she takes advantage of his inevitable memory wipe.
Firefox and
Whatever. You won't remember it anyway.
Their conversation turns from airy to serious after she ignores another call from her dad and reveals that her mom had shared a birthday with her but died 3 years ago. That's why she's been avoiding her dad's calls and his scheduled birthday lunch. Today is a tough one for her. Tree says that her repeated lies has made her realize who she is.
I'm not a good person, Carter.
Good to know, but tough to change, especially when each death makes her weaker than before. The doctor has a news story on about John Newsom, the murderer being treated in the hospital. After seeing his other tree-looking victims, she remembers the security.
I restarted it. I haven't tried it since I restarted it.
I hope you're not shutting it down incorrectly.
Nope, I'm restarting it. There's a difference. I saw another llama.
Okay. There's a button here. Jason. Jason, what button on the toolbar turns the internet on and off? They all have symbols, Jason. It says you are not connected. Huh? No. No.
I'm messing up.
Why? You're not connected to any networks.
Told you.
That means somebody has went in and turned it off.
Okay, well I went in and it was on. I went in the settings and Wi-Fi was on.
You gotta stop messing with it.
What? Okay.
Don't me. Shit gets turned on and off because people go in and do stuff to it. It doesn't just automatically do itself, Ethan.
Well, that doesn't mean I went in it.
Okay. So the hacker did it.
I'm done. You just blame me for the dumbest stuff.
Really? You are a disrespectful little kid and you're gonna knock it off. Anybody else backtalk their parents like that and they get backhanded and you're about at that point. I don't know what gives you the right to be a back-talking little booger. Sure, something fucking easy.
Mom, can I say something? Well, no, I want to show you. Look, if you go into settings.
I know, I'm right here.
Yeah, see, it was on before. It was on it already. It was on. I didn't do anything to it.
You weren't connected to the right one.
What was I connected to?
You weren't connected to anything, Ethan. Boom. I got it. Oh yeah, I don't need his ass.
Yeah. Wait, let me try something. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I was confused because I went into the internet and it said internet was on.
Next time you go under settings, if it says like Boo is secure, log into that.
Oh.
Okay?
I saw that. I just thought it mean since it said secured, I thought it meant it was logged in. I thought it meant since it said secured, I thought it meant it was logged in. I don't understand why this meant. I'm talking. I won a second. Bro, I keep on doing that. I'll go off in a second.
What's up, guys? This is Xbox Addiction, and in today's video, I am bringing back the crazy brother and sister from the Blackout 3 video a few weeks back. Now, this time we decided to get them on GTA 5, and they were saying some pretty nasty things that a brother and sister can never say to each other. And the brother ended up getting so mad he broke his disc. Now, really quick, I just want to explain this was recorded before the first video, so at this point in time, they had no idea who I was, and that's how I was able to get this video done. But anyway, guys, let's try and see if we can do like from this video when it's recorded. Hey, what's up, Dungeon Fest?
Yeah, fuck you.
No one likes doing off when you're fucking piece of shit.
Fuck on my horse, doing 65. Can't wait till we die from cancer.
Oh my god!
Fuck on my horse, doing 65. Suck my dick, bend me over and tell me what to do. As I go into an A minor, tell you all about me, so that if you know how to play the fucking guitar, and I fucking hate you, because you can bend me over.
There.
You can suck my dick. Fuck you.
I built a max fire as fast as I could.
That's platinum right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, give me that G-cord too.
I'm not the best builder. Crap.
I'm gonna get in my
Alright.